welcome back. I am here with our wonderful History Center, Catherine Bryans. Welcome, Catherine.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's good to have you back. You're going to tell us about some great events that are coming up at the History Center.
Right, and a little bit about the History Center, especially for you.
Yes, because I'm new.
It's our 40th anniversary this year. It's very, very exciting, and so we've been doing some special events as we've going through the year, and I'll talk about one in a minute. But basically, the purpose of the History Center is to collect, conserve, and convey information and artifacts related to Laguna Woods in perpetuity. So that's the sort of official part about us.
Catherine, can I be a part of the History Center?
Yes.
As a part of TV Center?
Exactly.
I got to find my posterity
One of our
somewhere.
great, we even have Rob Merritt on film, and he was here for many, many years.
Oh,
but
Rob Merritt, he's an icon, seriously.
looking forward to see, it's all on our website. You can watch what we've been doing, I'll jump ahead a little bit, is interviewing long-term residents and people who've been in the village for a long time, staff included, and to get their perspective on how our community has worked forward. So we have them on our website, which is lagunawoodsvillage.org. No, excuse me, that's lagunawoodshistory.org.
Okay.
And we could find that there wonderful videos by long-term residents in their observation over the years.
So fun.
So we have, as I said, 40 years. We've actually been 20 years in the building where we are next door to the library.
Okay.
And it's funny because it looks like one building, but it's actually two separate buildings that have been joined together. And it was built by the then Historical Society for the preservation of material that was turned over by the Rossmore Corporation.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting place, and what we tried to do is get the information out that there's a lot to be seen. I don't know if you recently saw an article in our Globe about the two ladies who did all the scanning for 40 years of the newspaper. It was the then Leisure World News, and now it's the Globe.
Yes.
And because the Register or no one else had started to put anything digital in that, so we had 40 years of crumbling, decaying newspaper that they have scanned. So we actually have all of that online now, and hopefully soon be able to access by subject matter so that people can see it.
That's a treasure that's going to benefit not just this community, but everyone who wants to know about Orange County.
Yes, I think it's a perfect PR piece for the whole community, because if people want to see where they're going to maybe move and become a resident, then they can find out a lot of information about us. So,
well, then those two ladies did for the History Center and for the Globe newspaper the things that we all should be doing. We should all be getting that scanner out and scanning all our mementos and chucking them.
Well, we might be able to help with that, because in order to do this project, the History Center purchased a large bed scanner so that we could do that. And we've also been scanning proclamations and photos and all sorts of things that it's very hard to preserve them for a lot of years. Although we have an archive room and we do a good job, there's just some things that we don't have room for.
Well, this is an absolute wealth, and you're going to make this available to everyone.
Everybody, yeah,
not only who visit the History Center, but on the website.
Exactly, the website is great. And there's also, in our 50th anniversary a few years ago, we produced a book, a tabletop book, called the 50 years anniversary book, oddly enough, and that's available too if people still want to purchase that. But that it's a beautiful book. I'm sure you'll find them around.
I want my copy.
Go talk to Lori Moss. She's got copies.
I'm going to
get a peek at that.
I'm going to go in today.
So, but what I wanted to, and we mentioned earlier about the YouTubes and the information. We also did the Veterans Project as well, which was recording veterans. We're not finding as many veterans now who want to talk about their service.
Yes.
But so we're concentrating on people within our community. But a week from tomorrow, on the 22nd, we are having an event, and I'm looking forward to sharing. We have Richard H. Dodd is coming in too. There we go. Richard H. Dodd is coming in to speak to us, and it's all about architecture, solely Orange County architecture.
And it is some of the most exciting architecture
that
you can view.
Yes.
It really is.
It really is.
Groundbreaking.
And it's very, very, he's an author as well, and an architect, and we're really have so many people that come in and say, who's the architect of this community? You know, well,
Exactly.
the architects for this community were Rossmore Corporation
Yes.
architects, but
It's a
it is all
wonderful plan.
part. It
Yes.
is a wonderful thing, and people are very interested in the architecture.
And this is of great interest to me. My father is an architect, and I have a degree in architecture and worked in the industry, well, from the age 14 to now. And so this kind of event where you can truly understand the fabric of the community, and you get to hear from this wonderful architect who's done these amazing buildings.
And focused right here in
Yes.
our neighborhood, not, you know, the whole world, but right here in our neighborhood. It is a free event for
Wonderful.
residents and their guests, and we are requesting to get an RSVP to that number right there, because we're serving dessert and coffee, and that only helps us to
know
plan.
what kind of quantities to serve.
Right.
But this is lovely because he's going to talk about the built environment from 1776 to the present.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of story when you start looking at everyone's environment, their built environment.
Right.
You get the story.
Yeah. And in October, we're going to have a special open house, because that actually October 24th is a little ways away, but it is the actual day that the Historical Society was the first
Yes.
primary, where all of Rossmore's information was asked to give to us to
Yeah.
archive. And over the years, we've just had a name change or two with the city, and then recently in changing it to the History Center, because we want people to know this is their place in history. And we're volunteers, all of us, so we're not open all the time, but we can call and make special circumstance come in. All the docent tours come through, and that's always fun to see the new faces.
Docent tours that come through, that's so wonderful.
But we're looking forward to this event, and everybody's invited, and it's in Clubhouse 1 in the main dining room at 6:30 p.m.
And this event at Clubhouse 1 in the main dining room at 6:30 is on June 22nd.
Correct.
Where you can meet with architect Richard Dodd.
Yes.
And learn about Orange County and the inception of Orange County.
Right.
And then, of course, you have your October event on the 24th of October.
It's to open house.
Save the date. The open house.
Save the date for an open house at the History Center.
Well, Catherine, I can't even imagine the wealth of information you have. Tell me, what's your favorite story? What's your favorite historical fact about Orange County, Laguna Woods? What stands out to you?
What stands out to me is the longevity of Ross Cortese's idea.
No kidding.
Has continued for 54
Flourished.
years. And that's a startling thing. We can say things like, yes, there was an airplane crash, and under one of the buildings is
Well, you
an
put
engine
enough years
buried. I mean,
together,
there's a
things are
lot.
gonna
You start
happen.
adding up
Yes.
some events that stand out. And,
Sure.
and of course, part of it was also becoming involved in getting the city, because El Toro Marine Base, when they were making some changes and going private, were we going to have flight right over our house? And
you know,
all
large
those things.
airplanes and all that
So
noise.
there is a lot of history that's been developed in this community, but I'm really proud of the longevity, the value, the core value of what he wanted for this community continues.
And how it explored and set the precedent for communities like this.
I think that's true.
True.
Not a lot of them have been this successful.
Well,
Very proud of that.
Then the first thing that people need to do is be sure to get to Clubhouse 1 on June 22nd.
Thursday evening, and join us for coffee and dessert and to hear Richard Dodd.
But be sure to RSVP first. So
Please.
we have our number
We
here.
want to make sure your dessert's there.
Oh, yeah, we want to make sure you have your dessert and coffee. So be sure to RSVP at area code 949-206-0150. And be sure to join the History Center on all these wonderful events.
And we're always looking for volunteers to come in and help us create this safe place for the archives of our community.
That is terrific. Catherine, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much,
being here.
Connie.
I would love to hear about this event more. I hope to be able to attend. I think it's going to be really wonderful.
All righty.
And thank you for joining us. We'll be up just after this message with Ken and our next guest, but be sure to RSVP to the History Center. No, you got to see these events. Catherine's giggling. But you got to see these events because it gives you the depth of the background of being here in our village. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.